When every other comfort has been ripped away from your life, why wouldn't you be tempted to make every day your own Christmas?
I just love opening presents.
Ever since the lockdowns, shopping addiction rates have actually skyrocketed. Why? Because people were stuck at home. Oh, gee, what other community is often stuck at home? The chronic illness community, that's who.
It's sad, but true.
My online impulse buying has been a huge contributor to living beyond my means and, racking up unnecessary credit card debt. But I shouldn't have allowed my emotions to overrule my common sense quite so many times.
Credit card debt, credit card debt.
Well, did you know that the average person in the USA spends $5,400 every year just on impulse buys? Coincidentally enough, this also seems to be the average credit card balance that most Americans keep, according to creditcards.com.
Why should I worry? Why should I care?
Now, why does this matter? Well, think of an expensive chronic illness treatment that insurance doesn't cover. Like, for instance, hyperbaric oxygen therapy. If we could have a little more self-control, we could be using that money we didn't waste on junk on treatments and supplements a little sooner.
I mean the shock treatments, the partial lobotomy.
And seriously, it's not only worth quitting because of the added financial strain, but you also kind of want to get rid of those feelings of regret, guilt, defeat that also comes with too much shopping. Why? Because these feelings are 100% not helpful when it comes to recovering from chronic illness. Studies show that a lot of the issues we have with chronic illnesses are directly linked to nervous systems. Gee, what does stress affect? What does guilt affect? What does emotions affect? Your nervous system. So we don't want to be making it harder for ourselves than it needs to be. Not to mention, a 2014 study showed that shopping addiction was highly linked with depression.
I feel so empty. I shopped and I shopped and I still couldn't get happy.
Oh, but the serotonin and dopamine levels. Yeah. Look, it's only temporary relief. If your argument is that it makes you feel good in the moment, does it make you feel good when you see your credit card bill? Kind of nullifies it, right? Yeah, maybe even counts as more negative overall. Because then you're out that money too that you could have used for other things.
Just stop calming me down and tell me what I should do.
Let me help you, my friends. The first step is knowing the difference between impulse shopping and choosing to shop intentionally. What is an impulse buy? Well, let me see. It wasn't planned, you didn't go looking for it, and you decided to buy it spontaneously.
See what we're dealing with here. Acidic, notes of FOMO with a finish of self-pity.
Now, I have my own theory that FOMO, the fear of missing out, is a huge reason why chronic illness people especially have an issue with online shopping addiction. I mean, we're missing out on so much in our lives. It kind of makes sense that it messes with our subconscious minds. And that would make sense if it then makes us scared to miss out on literally anything we do have access to. For instance, sales, limited time offers, specials, events, or even just stuff we kind of really want and we're not sure we'll be able to find it again. It's kind of the same reason that we overdo it instead of pacing ourselves every time. We really want to do the thing and go to the party or go to the thing and we know it's going to hurt us. And we do it anyways because of the fear of missing out. At least that's how it seems for me. 6 warning signs you might be a shopaholic. Number 1, buying things you don't need.
But I need it!
Want is different than need. If it has no immediate use, it's a want. Don't fool yourself. Warning number 2. Experiencing financial issues due to buying things. Is it hard or impossible to stick to a budget? Does it sometimes just get away from you? Warning, Will Robinson. Warning number 3. Lying about shopping habits. If you feel the need to lie or hide your shopping purchases due to shame or guilt, this is super bad and can really affect your relationships. I even saw this thing recently where this lady was having her packages sent to a different address so her husband wouldn't know. Wow, talk about going the extra mile to hide things, right? Oh my gosh. And I admit, even I've done this. I have quickly opened packages at times so my husband wouldn't see quite how many came in the same day. And that is completely silly because my husband is completely supportive of me buying stuff either way. So, shame and guilt's an interesting thing. Warning number 4, blackout shopping. If you completely zone out while you're shopping to the point where you don't even remember buying the stuff that's coming to your door,
did I get drunk and buy useless stuff on eBay again?
this is a big red flag of shopping addiction. I mean, granted, yeah, it makes it a lot more like Christmas because you don't know, ooh, what is this? Ooh, but if you don't remember what you bought, that's pretty bad.
Why did I buy so many mops?
Even with the brain fog. Warning number 5, the sign of any addiction, really. Being unable to stop despite guilt, fears, and the desire to change. If you want to stop the behavior, but you can't for whatever reason, that is the classic sign of an addiction. Okay, I hear you then. What's next? Help me, I'm out of control.
I can't stop!
I got you, I got you. I always try and put the good with the bad. I don't want to leave you hanging here.
Yeah! Okay, strategy session.
I got 7 tips here on how to control shopping addiction. Number 1, write out a budget and stick to it.
You're just going cold turkey?
Cold turkey!
Here's the thing. Make sure you include fun money in your budget. Going cold turkey is really hard. So if you include a small budget for that, you can do it without linking that guilt feeling. Tip number 2, try a waiting rule. Wait a certain number of hours or days that you thought of ahead of time before allowing yourself to buy the thing. Just leave it in your cart. That's what I do. You would be amazed at the number of things you really wanted in the moment. And then a few days later, you're like, really? I want it really. Or you find something better.
Why would I buy this? Talk me out of buying this. I'm buying this.
Tip number 3, avoid or block the websites that are causing a problem. I know some people that literally had to block eBay and Amazon.
Stop clicking.
Tip number 4, another one of my personal tricks. Only buy things with the free returns option. That way, if you end up getting it and you're like, why did I buy this? This makes no sense. You can send it back for free. No muss, no fuss. Tip number 5, have a rule that you need to research anything to make sure you are getting the best price. Because let's face it, most of the sales nowadays are fake. And half the time I've seen things go up in price around holidays. So do some research ahead of time. Take your time finding the best version of whatever it is you want and at the best price. I mean, at least then you're being virtuous, right? Tip number 6, have an accountability buddy. Let's face it, most of us have this problem, so it shouldn't be that hard to ask around and get someone to be with you and help you with this. I personally have been using my husband. I kind of get him to judge whether I should get something or if it's absolutely ridiculous and I have no reason to get it. Now, my husband's kind of okay with everything, but some things I'm even just too guilt feeling to even ask about, so it kind of still works. If you have to say something to someone and you're nervous about it and you just don't want to, sometimes you don't and you will not get that thing.
Because of the embarrassment it can cause, okay?
But if you do this, make sure that person is not judgy or will emotionally abuse you with the information.
No judgment. I promise. No judginess.
Very important. It has to be someone you trust. And tip number 7, you could get actual therapy for the addiction. I mean, if it is a full-blown addiction, you can get a therapist to actually help you with that, find the underlying reasons why it's a problem, and work through them.
Isn't therapy more for crazy people?
Do not be afraid of therapy. While some of them are terrible, a lot of them are great. and you just keep going until you find one that you fit with. Look, you guys, online shopping is one of the very few things we actually have full control over in our lives. So don't let it mess up your life any more than it actually is. I hope this video was helpful. Why don't you try one of these videos here? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and keep on surviving, my friends.